Welcome back, everyone, to Ask Us Anything on the Trap Talk Podcast. As always, email us at askus@traptalkpodcast.com. Okay, guys, we've got some great questions coming in, and the first one here is from John Vieira from the Newman Swamp Rats Club in California. I see a wide variety of shotguns at the club I shoot, from semi-autos to sportings to overs and unders, etc. Seems the better shooters are using trap-specific models. I wanted to know, am I at a disadvantage for using my Browning 725 Sporting with a parallel comb or my Beretta A400 Sporter? Also, if you could cover foot position for each post, especially for a left-shouldered shooter, that would be great. So we've got a good ask here from John. He's wanting to know about, shooting his 725 and his Beretta, and then also about foot position. Rick, I know that's near and dear to your heart. So, all right, guys, take it away for John.
Zach, go ahead.
Well, I think that there's something to be said about having a trap-specific gun, but I also know that there's some people out there that have had some very, 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 very good success with non-trap guns. I mean, they shoot guns that fit them well. I think more importantly, does it shoot where you're looking, right? Does it shoot where you're smoking the target effectively? That's the first thing I'd be asking. Is the gun fit proper? Like, could you have a sporting clays gun that fits you well and you shoot it well in trap? I'm sure you could. I think, there's some potential downsides, in my opinion, to shooting non-over-under type shotguns, just mechanically dealing with, failure in doubles and having to clean it and that kind of thing for me personally. But that's just my opinion. I don't think that you can say that just because you're shooting this gun that you can't win. I think it comes down to the quality of the shooter, the gun fit, and, the gun shooting where you're looking.
Yeah. I'd let Zach go first because it's a new year. I thought it'd be nice. That was kind of a New Year's resolution.
New
Zach,
year, new me. Look at Ricky Marshall.
I figured I'd let him go first once. But no, honestly, if the gun fits you and it shoots where you're looking, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, really, I wouldn't. Some people get wrapped up and all that. Listen, I've shot my sporting gun at trap. I had to do it last year when I had an issue. I grabbed it, went out and shot. I mean, so here's the thing. Like I said, if it fits you and it shoots where you're looking, that's it. That's what I'd worry about. So on to foot position. So he's left-handed. My son Tyler's a left-handed shooter also. So I always say on post 1, going to 5, for a left-handed shooter, you're going to shoot kind of across your body on post 1. So as you get going 2, 3, 4, 5, just start turning clockwise. And then when you get over to 5, you don't want to be straight. You want to be more angled at, maybe it's, what is that, about 22 degrees, somewhere in the, but you always want your feet parallel. That's the biggest thing. I don't, we're not riding a horse. So you want your feet parallel. That's the biggest thing.
So more open positioning on post 5 for the left-handed shooter, more closed off positioning with their feet all the way to post 1. And to take that and flip it to a righty, your most open position would be post 1. I mean, your feet are probably at about on a clock, Rick, would they be like at 10 and 2 roughly?
I'm going to say your right foot's going to be pointed towards like, say, the 2, but everything's parallel. So as you go, you want to be parallel. And as you get over to 4 or 5, you want to be more shooting across your body. But it's all preference. It's all comfort zone.
I think the biggest thing that you need to really remember is you probably shouldn't have the same exact footing for each of the 5 posts because the angles are changing. You're shooting more left-hand birds on 1. You're shooting more right-hand birds on 5. And I think it's really important to set yourself up in the center of that pie so that you have the movement to those angles on those birds. And I think that's probably the biggest key factor to this conversation is setting yourself up for the spot that you're shooting from.
You want to make sure everybody is different. Size makes a difference, how your flexibility makes a difference. But that's why I always say with these, just a general reference of foot position, as you move around, you can turn and turning at the hips versus if you're open on every post, then you start arm shooting. And when you arm shoot, it's like fighting against yourself. And you know something about that, Zach, when you're shooting sporting clays.
Yeah, I don't like fighting with myself. I generally lose.
What do you, as far as testing it out, guys, if you are on post 5 right-handed shooter, should we keep turning until it feels comfortable? If we're having trouble getting to that right-hand bird, should we try to move the feet more?
I would just move till it's comfortable to you, where if there's any pulling or anything, any restriction, anything that is restraining you from moving, then you need to fix it, because that's going to start arm shooting.
If you feel bound up, that's a problem.
Yep.
But the other thing, and I've seen Ricky do it, as good as he is and as locked in his feet are, I've seen him get over to post 4 or 5 and break one and just break it a little bit on the back end and feel a little tightness, and he'll shift his body, an inch, just 1 inch in that direction, and then smoke ball the next 5 in a row or 4 in a row. So I think you have to listen to your body, because your body turns at different rates each day, right? Like at some level, are you turning good today, or are you a little stiff?
Stiff, exactly.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That was what I was thinking too, is that some days it doesn't feel like I need to be turned as much, but then other days, right? So if you're feeling stiff that day, don't hesitate, right? Move the feet.
Or it could be, or it could be target speed, right? If they're going faster that day, you need more gun movement. I mean, it could be any of those.
Listen, at the end of the day, it's all in your comfort zone, and you got to be comfortable in your foot position.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, John, that was a really good question. We appreciate you sending it in. As always, email us at askus@traptalkpodcast.com, and we'll get these two guys to answer it for you. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.